Let's talk about this cassette again. Normally I don't make videos back to back all that often, but this is important because I have damaged this cassette. You can see it right there. See where my thumb is? Just look here. Look at the gaps between every single gear here, and then as I roll this around, you can see right there how it changes. Well, that's not good. That's not normal, and that's why I've been having shifting problems recently that I kept trying to work out on a new wireless derailleur setup that had been working fine for a couple of months, and then all of a sudden it was just getting finicky, and then I tried messing with it, fine-tuning it, and it just got worse and worse. Well, it turns out that was because this cassette is damaged. And there's a thing that happens as far as being a YouTuber. There are videos that you make that you know are going to do pretty well, and then there are videos that you make that you think only the core audience is going to watch, especially when it comes to watching and then commenting or interacting with the video. And I figured this, a damaged cassette, would just be the very corest of the core. So this was for the true KevCentral people that have been around for a long, long time. But it turns out there's a bunch of people that had started commenting and some discussion about how potentially this was damaged. And even one, you never can tell with the tone via just looking at text on a screen, but even one that maybe it just seemed like to me were kind of inferring that I knew how this was damaged, and that is definitely not the case. So let me clear the air on a few things about this, and then one thing I got wrong in that video, or at least sounded like I got wrong in the video, and I'll tell you about that. So this is a cassette. If you don't know what a cassette is, your derailleur is back here. You have a shifter up front. You'll shift through gears. The derailleur arms will work back and forth and hop through the gears that you select. It's pretty easy. Now this is a cassette. There's a cassette and then there's a freewheel. I won't go over the difference between the two. I think I have a video where I did that. If so, I'll link it down in the description. But this is a 9-speed cassette. So I have all the gears there and then just this little lock ring that screws on and keeps everything intact. But if I take these off, there's only 7 here. So now when I'm saying 9 speeds and you're only seeing 7, that's because the other 2 are laying down there. But this is a cassette, and they're usually pretty tough. This one is on an e-mountain bike. An e-mountain bike with 95 Newton meters of torque, which means it gets excessively punished. But this one has been tough. This is the factory cassette that came on the Denago EXC2 that I use and I call Project E because I have modified it. But this was a factory part. And I've been riding that bike, I know, for I think a year and a half. And in that time, this is the same cassette it started with. So it's been tough and it's worked fine. But at some point, I upgraded the group set minus the cassette. I got a wireless derailleur and a wireless shifter. So that's called a wireless group set. Some people now call it a transmission. And I installed that. That meant I didn't have wires or cables. It was all done electronically. And it was super cool because you can fine tune from gear to gear, cassette to cassette. Very easy to replace cassettes, go from one to the other. But I kept the factory one and I absolutely tortured this poor cassette with the first wireless group set, the wheel top aux. I tortured this thing. I shifted under load, gosh knows how many times, purposely. Just trying to do anything that I could to cause that derailleur problems to let me know if that wireless derailleur was actually as tough as it claims to be. And it was. I used it for 6 months on this very cassette and didn't have a single problem. Once I got it dialed in, it was absolutely perfect. And this cassette worked perfect, even enduring all that torture. Then a few months ago, I got a new wireless group set that you'll see coming up in a future video. And that worked perfect for a couple of months. And then all of a sudden, I started having a problem in one gear. And I was calling it 7, so let me address this. The way gearing works, I've made videos on this. Think of this like a mountain. So that's 1, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. No matter how many gears you have, it's always the lowest ones are here, the biggest ones. So the bottom of the mountain, and then you climb the mountain. It gets harder as you climb. So that's where those numbers start increasing. In my video talking about the damage on this, I was counting from the top going down, and that's just because I was looking at a phone off screen, just wasn't thinking about it. But yeah, I had the numbers backwards. Doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, but a couple of savvy viewers pointed that out, so I thought I would cover it. The new derailleur, first couple of months, it's working great, and then all of a sudden, I started having a shifting issue in one of the gears. I couldn't figure it out, but I couldn't adjust it out because what you don't know, whenever I'm doing anything that requires a phone and it's bike-wise and there's a trail involved, I'm not using my best phone. I'm using a very old phone and I don't always carry it with me. So I would go on rides and then remember, ah, crap, it's the old phone. I don't have it with me. I can't adjust this. And that happened for about a month, believe it or not, that this thing was just constantly jumping in one gear. Well, that one gear led to kind of it just not shifting right into a second gear. And by the time I got my phone out that had the app to control the group set, I started trying to fine tune everything in and well, it just all went downhill from there. It wasn't shifting well. I couldn't figure it out. And then I happened to look down, as I mentioned in the video, and I see the warpage, and I knew then, oh, well, there's the problem, the bent gears. And it's not just the one, it's this one, but you can see here, that one's bent inward just a little bit, and looks like that one's bent just a little bit down. So this poor cassette has had some damage. Now comes the problem of how the damage happened. Now, there's a myriad of ways, I guess, that this could be damaged, but there are two key ways, at least that I see. I mentioned a stick, and someone took exception to that and said that was not caused by a stick, that was caused by poor shifting under load. I want to say something here. I don't think that's the case because I don't recall at any one time shifting this under load, and just the way I ride my e-mountain bike, it's a torque-based e-mountain bike. I enjoy climbing with it, so I know I'll slow down and get into the lowest gear knowing that I can just chug right up something with ease, and I kind of do that just to be a jerk and show off sometimes because that's the e-mountain bike life. So because of that, I don't recall a single time that I was heavy shifting with this new derailleur that caused an issue. And if I would have shifted under load and instantly started having a gear jump, I would have known exactly what that was. So I don't think that's what happened, but is it possible? I mean, yeah, it's technically possible that a load shift did this, but in my experience, I will say, anytime I've ever had a load shift cause an issue on a cassette, it chipped a tooth. It didn't just bend stuff. Usually it'll chip a tooth. Of course, then you got to factor in the toughness of the cassette, and I've already established this one's pretty strong. I don't know what brand it is, but it was pretty tough until something did it in. But it could be that a load did do it, but I just don't think so. And the reason I don't think so is because I'm pretty sure when this happened was one ride with me and Steve-O. I remember Steve-O kicking a stick and a largish stick wedging between the chain ring and the cassette and the chain. I mean, it was lodged up in there by the time I stopped. I don't recall if it broke or not. I think maybe it was kind of split in half and bent up, but I do remember having to yank out a largish stick. And I think I remember after that going, oh, well, I've got one gear that I'm going to have to tweak now because it's slightly out. But I don't recall it being a major problem. And that's why I'm not 100% sure that's what did this. I just know that the preceding month, I was constantly wishing I had the phone that had the app so I could tweak the shifting back out, never fathoming that possibly it was damage to the cassette until I realized that's damage. Now, there is possibly a telltale sign in here. Someone said that it looks like there is a stick in there. That's actually just leaves. See, if I pull this out, that's just leaf residue. So no, there's not any residual stick down in there. But that's not to say that there wasn't at some point when something jammed in there and broke, and that's possibly what did this. So my two options are shifting under load, which again, typically for me, has meant broken teeth, not a completely warped gear on a cassette, but I think possibly just a stick wedging in. Now, the third thing that I want to mention is a couple of people have said that the cassette looks broken, like it has separated. These gears have separated off this center spline section. Everything here is still in its factory place, still riveted in, although now I just noticed something. Look at this. You see that? The rivet, look what's missing there. We're seeing this together, my friends, so maybe there's some validity there. Maybe it's a little bit of all three, who knows, but I know that these aren't moving. Of course, you know, my hands aren't going to be as strong as 95 Newton meters of torque yanking on a chain, But maybe, maybe that happened when this happened. Let me see if that is on. Where's the damage? Roll this around. There's the damage. Pretty close. Yeah, because the damage peaks right about there, which is in line with that. Okay, we're all learning things today. How cool is that? Just a little stuff. Now this video, I think only the corest of the core audience will watch. Hey, look at that. See that lock ring right through there? Pretty cool view. Maybe I'll make that a thumbnail. So, cassette info, now you know. I'm not really sure what happened to this thing. I just know for sure something happened to it. Comment below. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you're subscribed. Have a great day.